All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome to a very special episode of Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join me here today, live on Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams, the most positive place on the internet. I'm glad you could all join me here today. I'm not going to be on too terribly long because I do have another stream planned shortly after this one ends, again, right here on Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams. It's going to be a Walking with Purpose stream, and it's going to be day 21 of the 30-day life-changing positivity challenge. So keep it locked here throughout the rest of the day for positivity and all good stuff. Before we get to everything here, let me first of all make sure that everything is rolling smoothly. Let me make sure that the notification has gone out on YouTube, and it absolutely has. It just did. Let me also check out the back end of YouTube and make sure that everything is rolling smoothly, and it absolutely is. And let me do a sound check here. Live streams, the most positive place on the internet. Okay, we are rolling smoothly. Good day, everyone. Good day, everyone. It is Monday, November 21st, 2022. We are 3 days away from Thanksgiving Day here in the U.S., and I hope that everyone is, going to enjoy this special day with their friends, family, and loved ones, other loved ones. And I hope that it's a very, very positive and uplifting day. I know everybody goes through things. There are people dealing with things just like my girlfriend has been dealing with, her daughter, who's not going to be joining us for Thanksgiving, and it does hurt. But you know what? We're going to rise above that, and we're going to have a great time. Earlier today, and that's why I started late, my lady was talking with her mother. And, I went over and, got involved in that conversation. And, she's excited to introduce me to the rest of the family. And we're just looking forward to a wonderful Thanksgiving. Hello to everyone in the chat. Just to remind everyone, there is a 1-minute delay between what I say here and what goes out live to YouTube. It's a safety measure that I take on my in-studio streams in case I need to dump the delay to prevent something from going out that shouldn't go out. So please forgive me if it takes a little bit longer to respond to your folks. Also, another disclaimer once again, I do not authorize any live stream, simulcasts, or rebroadcasts. I'm not aware of any that are happening right now, but, some people like to do it the sneaky way. And, I will be looking for, live stream simulcasts. There's a lot to talk about here, and I'm going to get it done over the next 45 minutes to an hour max, hopefully closer to 45 minutes because I need to make a quick turnaround and get the walking stream going before it gets dark. It does get dark, shortly after 5 p.m. now, so, I got to get out there earlier. Give me just 1 second here. Just give me 1 second here, please. Hang on. My apologies, folks. Okay. I did give you my warning, Wisdom. I will be filing a DMCA copyright takedown notice while I run the show here. I've also got my lady who's helping me out with that. I want to clarify something first and foremost, and I will be mentioning channels by name because it doesn't matter. I'm not worried about it, because I really want to clear the air here today, move forward. And I'm also looking to see, who has my back. The title of the stream is, I need to know who has my back. It is time to come out now. One more time. I need to know who has my back. It is time to come out now. So I'll mention the channel name, Drama After Dark. Everyone that's been a part of this community for a while more than likely knows about that channel. And she, shared my community posting and stating that it's all well and good that you want to file copyrights. In other words, ma'am, you're saying it's my prerogative to do so. But manager access does not give someone access to file DMCA copyright takedown notices. Let me clarify that right now. When I say manager access, that's just a fancy way of saying that my lady has owner access to my channels. If there's anyone that understands how the YouTube system works, it is me. I know everything about YouTube. I know how, to manage my channels and what permissions grant whatever access. There are two different types of accounts. When you create a YouTube channel, you have the option of leaving it as a standard YouTube channel, or you can create it, or you can turn it into what's called a brand account. When you have a brand account, you have options such as manager access or owner access. And when you give someone owner access, basically they are another owner of your channel that has the exact same options as you do, meaning that they can file DMCA copyright takedown notices. They can also delete your channel. So I want to make it very clear that my lady actually has ownership access. When I say manager access, that's just basically a fancy way of saying that, she helps me manage my channel. She is, or my channels, both my channels, even my main channel. And basically, she is my lady. I trust her with everything. She trusts me with everything. So she does have that access, and she will be filing a DMCA copyright takedown notice right now on Wisdom's channel for rebroadcasting me, sir. You do not have the rights to rebroadcast my entire streams. What you do have the right to do, sir, is take small excerpts of my content, 5% or less, for, commentary and criticism. And you have to make it transformative in nature. You do not have the rights to rebroadcast my entire live stream as it is happening live. Now, if you do not take down that stream before YouTube takes it down, sir, what's going to happen to you is that you will not be able to stream for 7 days, because when you get taken down for copyright during an active live stream, YouTube will penalize you by disabling live streaming privileges for 7 days. So please, continue, doing that at your own risk, sir. And that's fine. If you want to file a counter notification, that's fine. You're going to have to give me all your information, so that way, if I decide to take further action, sir, I need to know how to contact you. So, I would think twice, sir, leaving this stream going. But that is in progress, and I made my statement. I'm letting my lady handle the other stuff. It's all good. Time to move on past that to some other things here. All right. Let me get to the chat here and acknowledge everyone that is here right now. Yes, folks, I am a little stressed out. I'm not going to lie. This is stressful, but I'm trying to handle it as best as possible. In spite of some things that transpired yesterday, and I'll be sharing my thoughts on some of those things. Okay. It's interesting how I just went from 14 people, 15 people to 7. Give me a second here. Okay. Okay. Well, give me just a second here, folks. Give me a second here. Okay. Yeah, my lady's having some difficulties filing that copyright takedown, so I'm just going to file it myself. So you're going to have to give me a second here. My apologies for that. Give me a second here. Type of work. Video from my YouTube channel. Let's go to my link here. My apologies for this, folks. So video from my YouTube channel. My video, I need to know who has my back. Location of infringed content, entire video. Infringing video, Coach Eli 2, the sudden change to now flagging. Well, yes, sir, because you're abusing my content. And I don't approve of that, sir. You can make small, shorter videos and critique me all you want, but you are not allowed to rebroadcast all of my entire live streams, sir. So give me 1 second here, folks. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to mute for a second. All right, so I am back. So here's the thing, Wisdom. You're not showing my video, but you're playing my audio, and you're playing the entire audio of my stream, which is still my copyright, sir. So I just filed the DMCA copyright takedown, sir. Leave it up at your own risk. YouTube will hopefully take it down while you're live. And that way you won't be able to stream for 7 days, sir, even if you file a counter notification. And also, that's it. I mean, I've got nothing more to say about that, sir. Okay? You got people in your chat saying this won't stop us. Of course, you folks will never stop because you're just petty people. You're just petty people that have nothing better to do than bully and harass a YouTuber out here. Okay? And that's all you're doing as well, Wisdom. You are a cyberbully, and that's all you're doing. And you're assisting other people in cyberbullying me. And I'm taking a tall stance on that. So, sir, my advice to you is to delete your stream and move on with your day and go create some other content. I have given you my warning on my community tab. I've given you a warning now. It is filed. So anyway, hey, Sandy McAfee, how are you doing? Nightbot just timed you out. Hey, Sandy, I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome to the show. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I've got this handled. I've got it handled, and I'm just making my statements, and I'm just coming out here, just asking people if they have my back, and it's time to come out now. It's time to come out now. It's time to come out now. It's time to stop this nonsense, folks, because I'm an innocent person here that just wants to create positive content and help people that are open to the help. That's all. That's all I want to do. I'm not here to harm anyone. I'm just here to state my thoughts, my opinions, and help people that are open to the help. I appreciate that, Sandy. Nightbot keeps timing you out. I gotta verify that that is you, and I can moderate you back here on this channel. People that don't come around for a while, for whatever reason, good, bad, or indifferent. I don't keep moderator wrenches unless people are active. But I'll look into that after the show. But thank you for your support. I appreciate that. The help that I'm asking for is on the front lines. Just getting more people to come to my live streams and support in a positive way, and I can also help these people by supporting their live streams. I really don't want to. A lot of people have been asking me lately, do you want to deal with this legally? Do you want to file harassment orders? No, I don't want to do any of that. I've mentioned that many times in the past, and I really, and multiple people have actually, stated this to me, emailed me, put it in comment sections. You are entitled to not be harassed. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. You're right, Sandy. You're absolutely right. But I want to hold on a second here. I'm sorry about that, folks. My lady was walking by, and she's actually on a phone call right now, so I had to mute it. So if I have to mute every now and then, it's because she's passing by, asking me a few things. Let's see. No, I know who she is, Holly. I know who she is. I just want to verify that, and we can get her remoderated. It's not a big deal. It's all good. Again, I'm not looking to cause any issues. I don't want to deal with the legal system. I don't want to, file any harassment orders on anyone or any civil suits or anything. Yes, the thing with StreamYard, I am going to be pursuing that. That's a whole different story that has nothing to do with any specific content creators. It has to do with how easy StreamYard allows people to rebroadcast other people's live streams. Well, this guy is very, very ballsy to be actually continuing to leave his stream up. That's fine. That's fine. It's like he wants me to take him down so he can have something to talk about. That's what a lot of people in this group do. Like, you know, they want you to take him down for copyright, so then you can actually, they can file a counter notification and then say, oh, I'm going to be back in 2 weeks. So I understand that. I understand. That's fine. But what you don't understand is that when people copyright strike you, YouTube will look at your entire channel for reused content. And you may end up going down for reused content or spam and deceptive practices. Listen, I don't want anyone to go down. Wisdom, I don't want your channel to go down. I want you to create your own content. All I want you to do is stop harassing me, because you simulcast me all the time, and that's harassment. That's creator on creator harassment. And that's fine. If you folks want to continue to harass me on this platform, I'm going to continue to talk about it. I'm going to hold a record of it. And eventually YouTube will catch up to you. Like, again, I'm not going to take any legal action. I'm just going to let the YouTube gods see for themselves based on your behavior. That's all. That's all. That's all. Thank you to everyone that's here. I'll get to the chat in a little bit. We got 25 people here. Everyone's showing up. Thank you. Sorry, TITS up. Nightbot timed you out. I gotta research you. If Nightbot times you out, just come back in 15 seconds. Sorry about that. Yeah, 11 people watching on his end, and now 23 people on my end, 24. I would really like to turn the tables around, folks. To the people that are here in this chat right now, listen, I'm not here, trying to be a whiner or complainer. I'm not here looking to play the role of the victim. I'm here to stand up for myself and other people that are being bullied and harassed on the internet, especially out here on YouTube. And no, Donnie, it has to be discussed. There's no way people are going to support Donnie. Listen, I'm not mad at you. There's no way people are going to support you if they don't know what's going on. So I want people to be aware of what's going on and how I feel about it so they can be supportive. Hold on one second here. All right, I'm sorry about that, folks. My lady is passing by, and she's really hurting over her daughter not being at Thanksgiving. And so, she's having some moments, and I'm being very understanding to it. And that's what a good man does. There are some things that, she needed me to take care of something, and I told her I'll take care of it right when I'm done with the live stream. I can't stop my live stream to take care of something right now, like that. So it's all been handled. So again, like I said, Donnie, I love and respect you, bro. And, you're always going to be welcome here. You'll be a mod, and it's all good. And you're entitled to your opinion. I know you say you would deal with it differently, Donnie. The thing is, I'm running YouTube as a business, not as a hobby. So this really matters to me, and support really matters to me. And I want to support these people too, because there are a lot of people that have been bullied and harassed on this platform. And here's the thing, how are we going to stop bullying and harassment if we don't take a stance on it as creators, bonding together, right? Some of these creators like to say, oh, Eli's just hate bonding with these people. No, I'm not hate bonding with anyone. I'm connecting with people that are aspiring YouTubers, and some even run their channels as a business. And, they've been bullied and harassed on the platform as well. And they're tired of it. And we want to take a stance together on this. And that's why I'm doing this here today. Yeah, I'm sorry. My lady passes through the studio room where I broadcast from every now and then to make me aware of some things. And she's going through a lot right now with her daughter. So, if she pops in every now and then for a little support, I want to give it to her. I am there for her, and I'm there for her all day, every day. But I still have to do my things, and I still have to run my business and all that, and our business, right? And so, that's not neglecting my lady or anything like that. It's just saying, hey, I got to do my stuff too. We got to take care of each other. Let's see here. Yeah, everybody in the chat here is good. Everyone in the chat here is good. So there's no need for anyone to block anyone or moderate anyone. But let me read through some of the chat messages here. Out of the shadows with Ginger, I wanted to give support. I am actually with my hubby right now at the hospital. He just had open heart surgery today. I will be listening. My thoughts and prayers to your husband, Ginger. I hope he has or had a very successful surgery, and I hope he recovers fully. God bless the both of you. I don't know if you believe in God or not, but whether you do or not, I have love for you both. And God bless you both. If you need to turn this off and be there with your husband, no problem. I appreciate you coming here and sharing your support. Holly's Hauntington Happening says, oh my, Ginger, is everything okay? TITS Up says, out of the shadows with Ginger, I wish your husband a speedy recovery. I'm sorry about the timing out there. There are a lot of block words here. Donnie Shasho, I'm still blocked on Facebook. I'll look into that today, Donnie. I'm really sorry about that, bro. I've had a lot going on lately, man. And I'll share more about that in just a few. Sandy says, just showing support. That's all. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Sandy. I really appreciate you. And I know you mean well. I know you do. I just really want to do the right thing. And I think the right thing to do here is to just grow past this. And once we all grow past this bullying and harassment from, this one group, particularly one creator, I think things are going to start to get better. I already think things are heading on the right track. But again, if as a YouTuber, you don't make your audience aware of what's going on and what's preventing your growth, right? And, what's affecting you, this whole thing, right? This whole thing has affected my lady and myself. It has not affected our relationship in a way where we're going to split up. No, we're not splitting up. We love each other. But it has taken a toll, on my lady's emotions. It's taken a toll on my emotions. And, my lady is already feeling really crappy about her daughter not being around for Thanksgiving. And so, for these people to continue to do this stuff to rub things in, knowing that it's going to get to her, they do that to just get to me. That's a pretty petty thing, right? That's a pretty petty thing. It really is. Well, this wisdom guy has some balls to leave his stream up. YouTube hasn't taken it down yet. Now you got some balls, dude. That's what I got to say. It just shows your character as an early 20s immature man. You know, I don't even know who this guy is. He's some random dude overseas that got involved with the Legion, Jamie's network, right? And because it's not worth it for some of the more, how do I say this the right way, more profound channels, not profound, bigger channels, more active channels. It's not, feasible for them to rebroadcast me, so it gets dished off to him, right? Holly's Huntington Happenings. Sorry, at TITS up. Nightbot got you. Out of the Shadows with Ginger. Thanks. TITS up. I'm sub to you. I enjoy your channel. Already read Donnie's comments. Don't forget to hit the like, says Ginger. Thank you. TITS up says, thank you so much. At Out of the Shadows with Ginger. I'll need to make sure I'm sub to you too. TITS up says, at Holly, Nightbot hates my name. And that's probably what it is. Hold on a second. Folks, give me a second. I will be right back. I gotta go check on my lady real quick. Okay, give me a second. All right. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Sorry about that. I just needed to check on my lady. She's doing all right. Everything is good. You know, when you love someone, you know, you're going to drop everything for them. And that's what I do. And I'm sorry that I had to leave the stream for a second, but I'm sure most reasonable people out there do understand. You know, again, I'm doing this stream because I really, really want to get a group of good, reasonable, decent YouTubers out here that want to take a stance against cyberbullying and harassment. I've been a victim of it for the last 5+ years. Again, I'm not trying to play the role of the victim. I'm a strong man, and I can take criticism. I can, you know, I can take it. I have thick skin. If I didn't have thick skin, you know, I wouldn't still be, you know, creating after everything that I've experienced and at the levels I've experienced this at, right? But when you have a group of people that continuously harass you and bully you and reuse your content in ways that aren't right, it does affect you from growing out here. It's affected my business. It's affected my growth. In the past, it affected my previous relationship, and now it's beginning to affect my current relationship. Now, again, my lady and I are fine. We love each other. We're not breaking up. We're soulmates. We're going to be together forever. But I'm going to stand up for her and stand up for myself if people come at us, especially this one group that continues to come at us. And all we're asking these people to do is just move on to something else. Move on. Move away from us. You have belittled us. You've ridiculed us. You've scrutinized us in every single way possible, right? And you've repetitively done the same thing over and over and over and over again. We get the point. We understand you don't like us. Fine. It's your prerogative to not like us or anyone else. But when is enough going to be enough? These people are now saying that they're not going to stop until they run me off of YouTube. Well, you're not going to run me off of YouTube. I'm not leaving YouTube. I'm not giving up on my dream. I'm not. This is my purpose, and this is what I enjoy doing. Let's continue in the chat here. Donnie Shasha, I know it is how you deal with it. I would deal with it differently. And I respect that, Donnie. I really do. I honestly do, bro. And thank you for your feedback. Holly's Haunting and Happening says, problem is, Donnie, he has tried both ways. Neither work. These people don't care. Right. And you see, Donnie, ignoring this. Hold on. My lady is in here, and she's saying, you like my shirt? Yes.
It says what?
It says respectfully, maturely, and professionally.
What?
She's my biggest cheerleader. She really is. I love her to death. Love her to death. Yeah, that's the thing. Like Holly said, it doesn't matter whether you ignore these people or not. They continue to antagonize because that's their content. So the only way that you can, you know, move past it is by growing past it. And this is what I'm attempting to do here. Just like any other YouTuber would. I'm attempting to grow past it because I want to grow past it with other positive and like-minded content creators that want to create good out here on this platform. And to the people that want to continue creating cringy drama content and they want to go back and forth with each other and talk smack about each other, that's your prerogative. Just leave me out of it. I don't want to be a part of it. I'm asking you folks to just leave us out of it. I've been asking for the past several streams. And I'm putting this out here publicly because this is my public notice. I'm saying, look, I'm asking you to stop. And if you continue to do it, you're continuing to harass and bully myself and my lady and other people in my chat. And, you guys may come back and say, hey, well, then why don't you do something about it? Well, I am doing something about it. I'm raising awareness and connecting with other people that want to work with me, hopefully, and move past this. Okay? We're not going to, like I said, we're not going to sue anybody. We're not going to file any restraining orders. That's garbage. It's not worth it, right? Okay? We just are going to grow past this. That's all we're going to do. And these people just say, oh, what are you going to do about it? It's just antagonizing more of a response. And you're not going to antagonize me. You're not going to trigger me. It's not going to work. Out of the shadows of Ginger Few, I thought I was watching a silent movie. No, sorry about that. Yeah, no, like I said, my lady is going through a lot right now, regarding her daughter. It's the holiday season. Anyone would be going through this. Love you, baby.
I love you. Can you go
Mm-hmm.
out?
Well, hold on. Let me mute. Let me mute. Okay. All right. All right. Can't live with him. Can't live without him, right? I'm trying to make light of the situation. I love her to death. Holly knows what I'm talking about. Can't live with them, can't live without them. And I think it works the same way for women when it comes to their men, right? Can't live with us, can't live without us, right? Even though men created that phrase for women because they're emotional beings. No disrespect, ladies. You're emotional beings that respond to everything emotionally first based on how you're feeling in the present moment. You can't argue biology. That's the way women were hardwired. And that's why I'm so understanding of my lady. She has emotions. Women are run by their emotions. I'm not saying that they don't have logic. They do. And in this modern world, I'm happy that women have risen up, but women have been forced to be out of their natural essence, especially in the workforce. And it is just really it's great for the most part, but it has just really shaken things up between men and women. And I'm here trying to help men and women better understand how to communicate in this crazy modern digital world we live in, where women have been liberated. They've risen up and, they're doing the same things that once only men, were able to do. I'm all for equal rights. I'm all for equal rights for women. It's just that, because women are emotional beings that respond to everything emotionally, sometimes as a man, you have to sit there and say, hey, baby, I understand. If my baby comes in here and interrupts me 3 more times, I'm not going to get mad. There's no point in getting mad. She loves me. She misses me. She's going through something very emotionally right now that would affect any woman going through the same thing. I see the bottom of the chat. I'll get there in a second. Remember, there's a 1-minute delay here. Anyway, TITS up says, I'm sorry your lady's having a hard time. Yeah, no, I feel bad about it too. We talked with her mother earlier today. And there was a period in time where, my lady and her mother didn't talk. And my lady asked her, how did she, handle it when they weren't talking? And her mother said, I had to go on with my life. And my lady goes, well, did you just forget about me? And her mother said, no, I thought about you each and every day. But, it's up to you. It was up to you when you wanted to come back and, repair, the relationship. And that's how life is, right? Whenever you have, a falling out with someone, regardless of it being a family member or a friend, it's up to both sides to decide when the right time is to repair it, if it's even repairable. And when it comes to family, it should always be repairable. So yeah, I mean, it's been challenging. I'm not going to lie, but hey, When you love someone, you stand by them through thick and thin, in good times and bad, in sickness and health, till death do us part. That's what a good man and good woman, live by when they truly love each other. Donnie Shasho says, I did treat it as a business when my channel blew up with an Indian audience. As many fantastic comments and messages I got, I also had hateful comments at the same time. Yeah, no, I understand that, Donnie, but you haven't had one group of people, target me with their hate for 5 years straight. I don't think you've ever dealt with that. I don't think most people here have dealt with what I've dealt with, right? Right? Out of the Shadows with Ginger says, it's fine for your lovely lady. I really adore her. Thank you so much, Ginger. I adore her too. I really do. Donnie says, send love to Ginger's hubby. Out of the Shadows with Ginger says, he is sleeping but recovering well. Well, that's great to hear. That's great to hear. My thoughts and prayers are with you and your husband and your family. I'm glad it was a successful surgery. California Ford Outdoors, welcome. She says, praying for Ginger's husband. Out of the Shadows with Ginger says, thanks, Donnie and Eli. You're very welcome. Thanks, CFO, says Ginger. California Ford Outdoors says, Ginger, you're welcome. Ginger says, I truly and hope for you all to succeed. Same here. Same here. CFO says, thanks. Don't say, okay, I get it. I won't say that, Ginger. Happy holidays, says California Ford Outdoors. Gummy Bear, welcome to the show. CFO says, Gummy Bear, hello. Happy holidays, Gummy. Hello, Gummy. Everyone's saying hi to Gummy. Let me see here. Donnie Shashu, I'm glad I keep my private life private. Well, a lot of people have scrutinized me, obviously, from this one group. Here's the funny thing. The funny thing is this. The only scrutiny I get is from this one group of same people that's been coming at me for the last 5+ years. No one else scrutinizes me, at all. I mean, sure, people may disagree with some of my statements, but they don't come at me in this way, right? And when you're doing life coaching, Donnie, what really truly brings value to your business and your YouTube channels is sharing your personal stories and sharing, personal experiences regarding things that you've gone through that weren't so great and what you did to turn them around. So you can help other people going through similar things, work through those things, right? So I completely understand where you're coming from. Most YouTubers are gonna, keep their stuff private. But if you're gonna run like a coaching business, or any business like I run, you have to show your face. You have to use your real name. You got to be a real person. And when you do that, people can look into you and you're susceptible to the court of public opinion. I get that. But I just want to be myself. We've got 26, 27 people here. And good old Wisdom has 9. Good for you, bro. You're still standing for right now. I guess the YouTube copyright department is busy today. You might make it through the stream and then you'll end up deleting it, right? So you don't get that copyright strike. Come on, dude, just move on. I don't want to cause any issues, man. Just move on and run your channel and create your own content, bro. Let's see. Holly says, should I do a Bobby Brown dance now? Well, you can do whatever you want, Holly. It's a free country. It's a free world. That's up to you. That's totally up to you. Holly says, can't live with them, can't live without them. You're right. You're absolutely right. We're all so loved, says CFO. Ginger says, trust me, after menopause, we get less emotional. Well, I look forward to that day, Ginger, because my lady's going through menopause. That's not helping. Here's the thing. Like a lot of these people from this one group, right? Here's, like I said, nobody criticizes me for stating normal things that everyone goes through besides this one group, right? Like I could understand if there was any other group on YouTube that was coming at me in the way they're coming at me, maybe I could validate some of their points, even though they really don't make sense, right? But no one is coming at me. Look, my lady and I have been open about who we are. We've wanted to be transparent with people. So it's like this group of people saying, well, you put all your lady's personal stuff on the internet. No, we run this business together. It's our business. We share our stories with people so they can learn from what we've been through. And it may help them work through certain things to better their lives. They might be able to work through things quicker based on our experiences and how we handled it, right? We want to be transparent with all of you. We're real people. We're not a drama channel or anything. Sure, drama is inevitable to happen anywhere, right? But we're not technically a drama channel. We're here to be real with you, to be transparent with you, and to share our real life stories and experiences. And does that, make us vulnerable? Yeah, it does make us vulnerable. And are we open to criticism? Yes, we are. But we're open to constructive criticism, right? We're not open to hate and attacks. We're not open to bullying and harassment. We're not open to hate and abuse, right? Such as in hateful and abusive content. Out of the Shadows of Ginger says both sides have to be ready to mend things. Absolutely, Ginger. Ginger, big round of applause. Ginger, my lady and I really, really respect you. We also respect your friend Tam. I believe you're friends with Tam as well. You're both mediums. And Ginger, here's the thing. The reason why I'm doing this here today is to bring us all together. And here's the thing. We can use my channel or my connections as a hub so we can further spread the love and get your medium services out there, get Tam's medium services out there. We can collaborate and really, truly help people in a positive way and make money doing it. And here's the thing, Ginger, okay? If we do this the right way and just rise above all this bullying and harassment and hate, right? We can all grow exponentially together and make 10 times any money we'd make, outside of the internet and YouTube. Or like people say, a real job. Get a real job. This is a real job. There are a ton of people making lots of money using the power of the internet. That's why it was built. This is the way things are. So if anyone, first of all, tells you folks that being a YouTuber, running a business on the internet or on YouTube is not a real job, and they say get a real job, you can tell them to F off, right? You can tell them to F off, right? Maybe you do it a little more politely, but if they still, if they're still going to come at you for that, then say, hey, you know what, F you. You don't have to be mean about it. Say it in the polite way, but hey, F you. This is what I want to do. Deal with it, right? Love me or leave me, right? That's the attitude you have to have. Donnie Shaw Show, yeah, maybe not to the extent you have had, but I've had the whole I am a creator community go after me, but I did deserve that. Well, that community, Donnie, for the most part, had a bunch of selfish people in it, right? You see, the reason why it worked for you and myself and Holly, who was a part of that as well, and several other people we're still connected with, is because we became a part of the I Am a Creator community to use it as an opportunity for networking, to get to know, like, and trust other creators for collaborative purposes. Most other people were using it to try to get to 1,000 subscribers so they can get monetized. But what they didn't realize is that if you just do sub for sub, which is how most of these people used it, no one's going to watch your videos, and you're going to not get the 4,000 public hours of watch time needed to qualify for monetization. You get 1,000 subs easily, but how are you going to get the watch time? how are you going to get the watch time, right? So, hold on, give me a second. I thought I heard a noise. Sorry, I'm hearing things. I'm also looking at my security camera. All's good on the Western Front. You know, the levels, I'll share more about that in a second here. Hey, Welsh, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Out of the Shadows with Ginger. Welsh, my girl, so happy to see you. Hi, Ginger, hun. How is he, hun? Good. Or great, Welsh, Ginger says. Good. Glad, hun. Awesome. Respectfully, maturely, and professionally, my lady in the chat says, I love who I am, how old I am. That's why I share. Of course, honey. Of course. Honey, you are the main reason why we got Coach Eli to monetize. We've had the main channel monetized for 3 years. But this channel here was practically built, off of my lady's, very open and vulnerable stories that we've been scrutinized again by this one group. But everyone else loves her and loves the stories, right? Everyone else loves her and loves the stories. And this is what I've tried to tell my lady, right? It's just this one group of people. No other group hates us or is coming at us in that way. Now, I'm not saying that, people outside this group automatically love us, but we have not received any scrutiny in the ways that this one group has come at us for 5+ years. And quite honestly, it all stems back to one person. And I'm not afraid to say it. It's Jamie. It all stems back to this is how Jamie wants to create content, right? And he's created a network of people that want to work with him. Maybe they have a similar interest in the type of content he creates. That's fine, right? And maybe they see that he has Jamie has a pretty decent sized drama group of people, right? So other people that are interested in making similar types of content as Jamie does are going to want to work with him, right? And I'll share my thoughts about that because honestly, I really don't think other creators that work with Jamie really want to take it as far as he's taken certain things. I feel like certain creators have been kind of had their hand forced just so they can continue to associate with him or collaborate with him for whatever reason. That's just my thought. I'm actually trying to pay props to other people that are actual creators, that are associated with him in some way, shape, or form, right? But what this all boils down to is just one dude, that, was fortunate enough to land a sponsor that was willing to sponsor this type of content for whatever reason. And, he basically, gave up on what he was initially trying to create, which was actually content similar to mine. He used to create, content for the MGTOW community. He used to have a channel called The Purple Pill, and he did some pretty decent content. His videos were really good, right? But then when YouTube demonetized him, and started giving them yellow icons back in 2017, 2018, when the apocalypse happened out here on YouTube, a lot of advertisers were pulling out back then because of the fact that, there were all these male creators that were talking smack about women. And then YouTube would put, for example, ads for maxi pads on these channels where men were talking smack about women. And then women were getting pissed off and saying, why are you putting maxi pad commercials on male channels, team YouTube? that are saying hateful things about women. And what did the women do? They went and complained to the advertisers, and the advertisers said, "Hey, YouTube, you got to do something to fix your system and place our ads better, or we're going to pull out." Right? So when that happened, Jamie's Purple Pill channel started getting a lot of yellow icons. He wasn't fully demonetized. What YouTube did back then was they just flipped all your icons from fully monetized green to not suitable for most advertisers yellow, right? And he started to lose revenue. And, I was trying to help him out. I initially connected with him because I wanted to collaborate with him because I liked his content, right? But when I first met him, and I had a private conversation with him, he was like, "What do you want? What do you want from me?" Like, "I just want to collaborate." "Well, how much money do you want?" "I don't want any money. We can grow exponentially together and make money along the way." And he's like, "Well, that's hard to believe." I'm like, "Why is it hard to believe?" "Because everybody wants money." I said, "Dude, I eventually want to make money too, but I want to do it the right way. I'm not here to try to squeeze money out of your pocket, sir. I'm here to get to know you because I like your content." Right? So then, we ended up talking a week or two down the road, and he told me that he's thinking about leaving YouTube, and he because his channel, stopped making the ad revenue he was making because all of his, videos flipped from fully monetized green to yellow, not suitable for most advertisers, and he was ready to give up. And I told him to not give up. I told this guy to not give up. Right? I told you, sir, to not give up, and you didn't give up. Hold on a second. I thought my lady was talking with me. She's watching the stream. And so I encouraged him to stay. And then I started to do live streaming after that, and then he followed suit. And then through another creator that I sought out, and Jamie followed me there. This was a guy named Charles F. Gray that used to produce out here, a good guy from Canada. We got on some panels together, and then Jamie's sponsor, we're not going to mention his name, obviously, found out about him, and then, they started to work together. And the lack of income that he was making through ad revenue was now being sponsored by the sponsor. And that's what's allowed him to carry through. Yes, he has built a big drama network since then, and people do donate to him. But that's the story, right? And here's the thing. Despite what this guy said about me, despite all the hateful stuff, whether he means it or not, and I think to a certain extent he does mean it, right? But despite all the hateful stuff he said about me, like, I don't have any hate for you, dude. I don't. I really have no hate for you or anyone in your group. But I feel saddened by, the constant behavior of yourself and people in your group to feel the need to come at a guy like me just because I want to create happiness, right? Right? And you folks feel the need that, feel the need to continue bullying and harassing me until you bully and harass me off of YouTube. I'm a much stronger person than that. Sir, you're not leaving YouTube, and people have tried to bully and harass you off of YouTube. I haven't been one of them, but other people have. You're still here. I'm still here, right? And there's nothing wrong with all of us still being here, right? But again, what saddens me about this group of people is that, at least in my case, and they've done this to other people, but not as bad as me. Like, I've been the number one target for 5 years, right? I've been the number one target for 5 years. And what saddens me is that these people have so much time on their hands and so much hate within them that after 5 years, they still continue to come at me in the same way. Like I would have run out of gas by now. First of all, I would never, ever, go at someone that long, even if I was that upset at somebody, right? And now I'm handling things more the mature way. So you got your 9 people watching there still, Wisdom. It hasn't gone down. We've got 29 here, sir. Welcome to reality, sir. Welcome to taking a stance for something and actually finally getting some real support. I really thank you, folks. And if you folks want to take it one step further and make a big statement, folks, I mean, this is optional, but I have to mention it because we are a business here. If you would like to take a stance by making a donation in any amount based on the value you feel you are receiving, you can do so in one of many ways. You can go to the bottom of the chat and hit the super chat or super sticker. You can also donate via Cash App or PayPal. Give me a second here. Give me a second. You can donate via Cash App or PayPal. Nightbot sharing my Cash App and PayPal links every 7 minutes, or just go to paypal.me/Coach Eli on PayPal. And on Cash App, you can go to $the real Coach Eli. Additionally, you can donate on the live stream replays once they finish processing, or any pre-recorded video on a monetized channel, which is what I'm trying to say, where you see the super thanks. There's a little heart on pre-recorded videos on monetized channels that says thanks. That's the super thanks heart. You click on that and you can send a donation through the same system as you would hear on a live stream. It's like a super chat or super sticker, but on pre-recorded videos. It's called super thanks. You click on that and you choose the amount, you type out your message, and your highlighted comment will appear in the chat section. And the creator will get notified that you sent them a super thanks, the amount, and the comment. So there are your options there, folks. We would really appreciate your support. We do, put a lot of time and effort into what we do here, my lady and I. And every penny that we make, we reinvest back into the business to continue helping you folks. As always, donations are greatly appreciated, but they are not required. And, the fund I've been running this month is channel donations for a more positive world. Your donations will go to keep this going, to continue fighting for a more positive world. Let's see here. My beautiful friend Holly says, respectfully, maturely, and professionally. Welsh says, I have clairvoyance, Eli. I communicate through dreams. Okay, that's awesome, Welsh. Are you a medium too, Welsh? Is Welsh a medium too? Out of the shadows with Ginger. Ginger, can you do me a favor? Can you verify if that is the real Welsh? Can you go to her channel and verify that that's the real Welsh? With 6 subscribers? Out of the shadows with Ginger says, let RNP know. If she ever needs to talk, I will talk to her. I have been going through a lot of what she is going through physically as well as with her daughter. She is welcome to email me. We're going to make that happen. We will make that happen. These are a lot of the things that I would love for us to work on together, Ginger and Tam and Welsh and anyone else. And here's the thing. Because we're very transparent, my lady and I, and so are you, Ginger. These are things that we should be putting out there publicly for people to learn from. We can help each other out by collaborating. And when we put content out there in this way, it's going to help all of us further grow and reach more amazing people that are in alignment with what we're doing. And that would further support us, and we can support them too. Donnie Shaw Show, YouTube wasn't originally created for creators to make money. Well, yes, it was created by three college guys from Stanford. And a year after running it, when they realized it was growing so big that they couldn't afford to, you know, run the server space that was necessary and the bandwidth, internet bandwidth, that's when, Google bought YouTube. And it was, I think, a year after, Google and YouTube, it was a year after Google bought YouTube that they created the YouTube Partner Program. If you're going to, back in the days, this was about 18 years ago, 2004, 2005, when Google, I'll look it up right now. Google bought YouTube for $1.65 billion on October 9th, 2006. Okay? So when you're looking at in 2006, no one ever fathomed that someone would pay $1.65 billion to buy an internet website that's hosting videos. And today, YouTube is a $20 plus billion a year profitable company. And even when they weren't making money, even when YouTube was losing $8 billion a year, I'm sorry. They were losing $2 billion a year. Google initially was YouTube was losing $2 billion a year. Well, Google was advertising for free on the platform they own, and they were making an extra $10 billion doing that. So in essence, YouTube used to be a lost leader for Google. As a whole, they were making $8 billion a year. Now, YouTube is making billions of dollars net a year on their own, and Google's still making great money. One hell of an investment, right? Right? If YouTube could be purchased for $1.65 billion right now, any billionaire would buy it. Elon Musk would probably try to buy it. And oh boy, if Elon Musk ever bought YouTube, man, that would be my farewell days. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Holly says, I will let her know, Ginger. Ginger says, Welsh, rock on, girl. That's a blessing. Out of the shadows with Ginger. Thanks, Holly. I know it's hard. Welsh says, I did once have like a silver streak vision at night, and my neighbor was passed by morning. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear about that, Welsh. Donnie Shasho says, yeah, that's why I spoke out at the flaws and then ended up making parodies on I Am a Creator. Yeah. See, Donnie, and that's your type of content. That's cool. For me, I'm not about memes or parodies. I'm just not into that kind of stuff. And with no disrespect to your work is funny. It's good. I just think it's stupid, in my opinion. I think it's a waste of time. They make memes of me all the time. And it's like, okay, make memes of me, put my face over some, other dude's face, put a sign of me saying something stupid. Like, what's that supposed to do? Right? Is that supposed to trigger me or upset me? And how is that going to make people laugh? When the people that are doing that, especially this one Jamie dude that does it all the time, most of those people don't even know who I am. They've just heard of me because he keeps talking about me, right? And keeps streaming me, right? Let's see. Let's see here. Now it's all Manscaped commercials. Well, yeah. Well, we gotta keep ourselves nice and trimmed down there, Holly. You know how that goes. Donnie Shasho, it's all pennies compared to what Mr. Beast earns on YouTube. Sure, but anyone can get there. Like if I got to Mr. Beast level, which probably won't happen, I'm not trying to sell myself short. That'd be great. I'm not even trying to reach that level. I just want to run a sustainable business out here. So my lady stepped on in, and she's really, really struggling with her daughter's situation, and I'm going to get off the air soon and be there for her. Donnie, that's so true. That dude could buy the world. Sure, says Holly. Donnie says he would. Shows you drama doesn't create money. Yeah, no, I understand. There's a limited audience when you do drama, and there's a constant revolving door when you create drama. Okay? And it's not sustainable long term. At some point, people that do that type of content that have to continuously funnel people in and out, because people get tired of it and they leave, right? Or if they're used as content, they're tired of being used, right? So they leave after a while, right? At some point, any creator is going to burn out to continuously do that just to maintain their level of income of what? 3, 4, 5, 6 grand a month max, right? Right? There's a lot more potential out here on YouTube than 3, 4, 5, 6 grand a month. But it's going to take time and dedication and effort, and it's going to take people not taking the easy way or the lazy way to do it. And I'm taking the long way. Welsh says, truth bomb. You want a truth bomb? Truth bomb. How about a double dose of the truth bomb for Welsh? Truth bomb. Donnie Shasho says, fine line between love and hate. Absolutely. Absolutely, bro. Thank you, Holly, for sharing the membership package. I appreciate that. Welsh says, well, not inactive, Eli, just dreams, communication with my family. Give me a second here. All right. Donnie says, PewDiePie created his YouTube channel as a hobby originally. Right. And that hobby turned into something great. He's a real person. His name is Jimmy. Jimmy's done fantastic. Folks, by the way, please share this out on your community tabs. Please also hit the like button. Share it on social media. We would greatly appreciate it. Also, make sure you subscribe to my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas. Nightbot sharing the link every 7 minutes, or just go to youtube.com/lifecoacheli. Or if you're here on the replay, go in the description, a couple lines down. The link to my main channel is there. No offense taken at all. Okay, thank you, Donnie. I appreciate that, bro. I really do. Thank you. Welsh, Ginger, he asked the last time. I think he doesn't believe I am. Ha. Out of the shadows with Ginger says, it's all good. Welsh, I know you, girl. I totally understand why some people clone kind and positive people. It was a precaution. Yeah, so that is Welsh. Let me see here. Yeah, that is Welsh. Welsh, we just added you to the moderator crew. Welcome. Welcome to the mod crew. Sorry about the delay. We got you. We've got you. Welcome. Let's see here. Donnie Shasho says, my parodies only make sense to a small audience, but my reactions and short videos created a larger audience. Good. Focus on what gets you the traction, dude. As long as it's part of what you enjoy and what defines you, that's all good, bro. Congratulations on that, bro. How about a big round of applause for Donnie? Congratulations, bro. We are at 1 hour and 21 minutes. I'm gone longer than I wanted to go. Love it, Eli. Thank you, Welsh. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Holly says that, Donnie, your stuff has always been funny to me. No, it is funny. It is funny. And don't get me wrong, I like funny stuff. But myself personally, I'm not into creating memes or stuff like that. I will consume that content and support a great creator like Donnie, absolutely. But for me, my content is more it's more serious, nature based. And yeah. That's that. Autism Mama 2, welcome to the show. She says, hello all. Well, she says, I've hit the like. Thank you so much. Jimmy is Mr. Beast and PewDiePie is Felix. That's right. Thanks for the wrench, says Welsh. You're very welcome. Holly says, yes, I always thought it was funny. PewDiePie's name is Felix, like Felix the cat. Right. Don't be silly. It's fine, says Welsh. I know he is from Sweden, says Donnie. That's right. You're talking about Felix, a.k.a. PewDiePie. Holly says, at Donnie, have you watched Cinnamon Toast Ken? He's so funny. All right, I want to just mention one more thing here before we go off the air. I talked about the bullying, the harassment. I talked about, hey, guys, just please stop. Please stop the rebroadcast. Please stop coming at my lady and myself. We're really asking you to stop. Enough is enough. The same group that's been doing this for 5 years straight, pretty much every day, if not almost every day. It's just become excessive, right? We talked about, Jamie, we talked about some other things. I want to wrap up by just sharing a few people that currently seem to be at least somewhat collaborating with Jamie, but, they're also independent creators as well. And one of them is the Drama After Dark channel. And I'm going to refer to her as Drama After Dark. And the other one is the RJ Sandiford channel. That's the name of his channel. And here's the thing. In all honesty, I've never had a problem with any of you. And I really honestly don't think either one of you have wanted to come at me in the way you want to come at me. Maybe to a certain extent, some things I say or do, are going to chap your hide. Let's just call it that, right? Are going to upset you. I can understand that. I just don't think either one of you has really wanted to come at me the way you've come at me. That doesn't mean I condone what you folks have done because, you've done it for other reasons. You've done it for money and you've done it for views and subscribers, right? And really that's not cool, but I'm not here to complain about that. I'm not here to complain about that. Okay? I'm just here to come out and say, hey, look, why can't both of you, especially you, RJ, you're never going to be welcome back into my community because you've burned me way too many times. I can't let you back, even if, you sign an agreement, a legal agreement to come back. I won't let you back. I won't let you back under any circumstances. And maybe right now you're going to say, well, I don't want to come back. UCUCKOLD, and that's fine. But you always want to come back. You always want to flip back and forth from Jamie to me, Jamie to me, Jamie to me, Jamie to me. And honestly, dude, I don't want to play that game anymore, right? Now, I know that there was a stream that RJ did with Drama After Dark. Well, he did a stream and Drama After Dark came on towards the end and they had a chat. And, I can understand what you folks were saying. My lady did come into Drama After Dark's chat, and she did, chatting there. And it's her prerogative to do so. It's also your prerogative how you want to handle her being there, right? And you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. My lady's going through some things, and she went there because she wanted to stand up for me and she wanted to defend her man, right? And I love her dearly and adore her for that. And I understand that any other creator where she would have gone to would have probably offered her the same thing. You want to come on a panel and talk with us? I understand that. So I get where Drama After Dark is coming from. I get where you're coming from, RJ. The bottom line is this, is that, you know, give me just 1 second. The bottom line is this, is that if both of you were creating different types of content, more positive type of content, or even any content that's disassociated from Jamie, then I would have no problem working with you or anyone. The problem is this. Here's where the bottom line issue is. And this is where I'm asking you folks for your help. And who has my back? Because I have yours too. And when I say, having my back, I'm not saying to go after Jamie or anything. I'm not saying I don't want anyone going after him or anything. I just want us to rise above it and move forward together. Because the best way to move past this is to grow past this, right? And until I grow past this and we all grow past this, meaning that we all grow past him individually and together, he can continue doing what he's doing, right? But once we grow past it, we're going to have our own separate audience, and all of what he's doing now is going to be lost in the shuffle. Do you folks understand what I'm saying? So that's why, forget about the legal stuff. Forget about suing these people for, defamation of character or harassment or whatever, right? Forget about, getting restraining orders. Look, that's not going to solve the issue, and that's a waste of time, money, energy, effort, etc., right? This is the right way to do it. This is the right way to do it. We all need to stick together. We all need to start collaborating and working together and growing exponentially together. And again, honestly, I don't have any problems with anyone. I really don't even have any problems with many other creators that are somewhat associated with or fully associated with, Jamie's channels, right? It's your prerogative who you want to network with or through or whatever, right? And I will say this to Drama After Dark. I see the potential in what you're building. And I also have heard you say, hey, you've moved on. And I get it. I get people are going to offer you money every now and then you got to give your audience what they want. At the same time, ma'am, this is a fair request here. You can also turn down, money or donations to do content on me or anyone. You don't have to do it just because they're paying you to do it. You can say, hey, you know what? I'm no longer open to this request, right? Right? And if they want to continue, paying you to do it, hey, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not. But I firmly believe that, hey, you really want to move on from it. The numbers aren't there. I mean, let's take this, for example, right now. YouTube has not processed the copyright. There's 13 people watching Wisdom, and there's still 21 people watching me here. I've had twice as many people as he's had, right? Why? Because it's been played out. It's old. It's over, right? Right? People have had enough of it. They're tired of the same old thing. And I think you realize that too. And I respect that. I do. I really do. Right? So, and for the most part, you have moved on. I appreciate that. And I thank you for that. And I sincerely and wholeheartedly wish you the best. I wish you the best. You've got a lot of great things in the works. You've got people to collaborate with that are in alignment with the type of content that you're trying to create. You've rebuilt friendships with people you never thought you'd have a friendship with. And you know what? That's great. That's a positive thing, right? So that is that. That is that. And again, congratulations on your monetization and moving forward to bigger and better things. As far as you, RJ, I'll make a statement here, dude. You can talk all the smack you want about me, and that's okay. It's not a big deal. But I want to ask you, RJ, where is that getting you, right? If I go to your channel right now, RJ, RJ Sandifer. Okay, so you have 1.69K subscribers, right? A lot of those were bought for you in the same ways, people unknowingly bought me subs. I never told anyone to buy me subs. You never told anyone to buy you subs, right? Right? But people do it. For whatever reason they do it, thinking they're going to get you shut down or they can get you to react or whatever the reason was. They bought you subs. They bought me subs. Like you and I have never bought subs, right? But a lot of those subs are bought, right? But let's look at this, RJ. Let's look at this. What kind of views do you get when you talk about me compared to when you don't talk about me? Help RJ get to 100,000 subscribers. Streamed 2 days ago. And that's the one you had Drama After Dark on. 105 views. Okay? That's 2 days ago. 3 days ago, you titled a stream called So Let the Drama Continue. 105 views. Right? And then you talked about me. Eli says he will sue StreamYard if they do not fix their major copyright issues. 269 views, RJ. So you get your most views when you talk about me, right? Because you're catering it to that Coach Eli hate audience, right? Okay, that was 4 days ago. 6 days ago, at Colorado Rock, Say I Love You, It's Harassing, at Shorty's Adventures. 56 views, right? 6 days ago, new version of Descript release, 17 views. This totally blind YouTuber shows you how to grow your channel. 20 views 7 days ago. Okay? The only other one that came close to getting decent views was Being a YouTuber. Is it worth it? 147 views. The Facebook group has been created, 25 views. You speak on Pastor Mill and say he accuses that Save Robbie of speaking ill of his family, 90 views. Right, so what is your purpose, RJ? Are you a drama channel or are you a positive content creator? You say you're a positive person. You say that, you've been a preacher, right? And you're a God-loving man, right? But what is your purpose? You keep switching back and forth from positive content to negative content or positive content to drama content, right? If we go back, RJ, when you and I were working together, okay? How long ago was it? Over a month ago? Let's see. Let's see here. It's too far down. But if you scroll through your channel, when you and I did shows together and you were working with us, you were getting more views, especially when you were working with us. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? If you're not working with positive people or coming at me with your drama, your views suffer, right? I pray for you, RJ. I wish you the best of luck. If you want to continue to talk about me every now and then and try to leverage my name, go right ahead. You don't abuse it, RJ. You don't overdo it. You don't talk about me every day, but occasionally you do, and that's fine. And you don't use any of my content, which is even better. And you can use 5% of my content of any of my streams and critique it under fair use. I don't have a problem with that. My only problem is people rebroadcasting me in their entirety, right? Gummy Bear says, I have your back, Eli. Smash thumbs up for Coach Elias, says Gummy Bear. At RMP, where are you? How are you tonight? She's in the other room, just relaxing. Autism Mom of Two, hello out of the shadows with Ginger. Pablo says, yo, out of the shadows. Holly's Haunts and Happenings at Donnie. I thought by now they would find a good sport to get into, or crochet, knit, read a book. May I go on? Donnie says, what money? Okay, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Donnie says, maybe so, must lead sad, boring lives. Donnie says, bit of banter and parodies is fun, but 5 odd years is so old and obsessed. Right. Yeah, they're bot subs. You're right. Holly says, right, Donnie, very obsessed. It's like almost stalker-like. But be like me stalking James Cox still. I never stalked James Cox. James Cox is not a bad dude. He's a good dude. He's actually still a mod here. Hold on. All right, folks. He's entertainment now, but is it that or gossip? Happy Thanksgiving, Eli, says Gummy Bear. Well, happy Thanksgiving to you. All right, folks. I got to get on out of here. I got to go prepare for my walk. Take care of a few things for my lady. I will be on probably in about 45 minutes for the walk, and it'll be day 21 of the 30-day positivity challenge. So, folks, please share this out. Share more in the comments section. Reach out to me. Let's rise above this. Let's rise above this, folks. Who's with me? Put a 1 in the chat if you're ready to rise above this. Put a 1 in the chat if you've got my back. I will have your back in return, and we can rise above this. It's time to come out now. There are a lot of people out here that have been afraid to come out and support me because they fear the repercussion of Jamie. Jamie's going to be Jamie. He's going to do whatever he wants to do. Be yourself. Come out. Support who you want to support. You want to support myself? Come out and support. Don't hide in the shadows just because you fear one other creator that's been coming at me for 5 years is going to come at you. He'll come at you regardless. Well, if he doesn't know who you are, then that's a different story. But come out and support. Yeah, Holly, I'll read that. Everyone's saying 1, rise above. Henry says, soccer account that got banned by Holly. I'll read it. I don't care. And I'm going off the air. Sir, you claim that you are the main person that brings the views for people. Check Wisdom's channel. He has content apart from you that has bigger numbers. What, talking smack about people? Rebroadcasting their content, sir? It's not original. Listen, unless you make original content like I do, I don't care about your numbers, right? Using someone else's content to get a ton of views, is not the right way to grow. Now, if you want to play clips of something under fair use, like a news station would show you, no problem. But if you use someone's entire content to get your numbers, no, that doesn't fly with me. All right, folks, I got to get going. See you in a bit from the walk. It's going to be day 21 of the 30-day life-changing positivity challenge. With that being said, have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.